Righty-ho. So basically, this is a quick story about how I made my new coffee table slash work desk. Basically, I got sick of moving into what I'd had as an office, so I just started putting everything in the lounge, and my little studio started getting a bit too big for the old coffee table. So I'm also going to upgrade to a PC, so I needed more room. So basically, this starts off with a little drawing here. And I decided to use these this crate box wood that I thought was pretty cool, and I love the logo there. I had no idea what it's for, but Dan Cutter of some description. So I got to work cutting off the hinges, and then I put together a little bit of a frame. Don't look too closely at the joints; they're good from afar, but far from good. Yeah, I decided to use bought wood instead of pallet wood for the frame because I really could not be bothered working around warped and twisted wood, and I don't really have the tools to resolve that kind of damage. Here's a couple of bits of ply. One I found on the road, and the other one came off a pallet, so both recycled there. And at some point I decided I wanted to put some drawers in it, so I had this old set in my spare room that was going to get thrown out at some point very soon, so I took a couple of them out and threw them in there. Now I don't actually do a lot of woodwork, as you probably see, but I made the rookie mistake of measuring both the holes for the drawers off of one of the set of drawers rather than one for each. Being old drawers, of course, they wore differently, and one was stupid tight and the other one fit pretty well. But so I had to do a lot of adjustments to get them to work, but they ended up pretty good after a lot of shaving and sanding. I then grabbed a piece of ply and used it as the bottom shelf, and then just like Mick Jagger, I painted it black. I then cut to length a bunch pieces of an old cable spool that I got from a good friend of mine. He also makes some wicked stuff out of those. I had a little gold dust figure in there and some notes. Put them on the frame and then stained them. Now I needed to hide the corners where they joined, or in this case didn't really join. I had an idea I wanted to use brass, but that shit is expensive and I couldn't find any cheap stuff, so I ended up using the next best thing, galvanized steel. And I took this for backing plates off an old dryer I pulled apart, and then just bent it into shape and screwed it in place. And I think, while fairly industrial, it actually looks quite good. And on goes the top. So yeah, there's a little bit of stain there, and ooh, that really looks beautiful. A lot of worn areas that kind of just add character to it. And of course the logo's still on there. Definitely very stoked on how this all turned out. Now it was time to give the old drawers a bit of love, so I took off the handles, gave them a bit of a sanding, and then stained them. I went inside and stole an old curtain rail that was doing nothing, and then went to work on a new curtain for it. This is just going to hide the computer and all that sort of thing once it's all done, and my cat lights to help too. Yes, very helpful. Thank you, Yusuf. And you can't call yourself a jack of all trades if you don't know how to use a sewing machine. So I sewed me up the little curtain there. It's some pretty cheap material. It's more of a proof of concept than anything at this point. I have a feeling my cats are going to tear it to shreds. So yeah, but it looks good. I'm obviously going to keep it for as long as I can, and if I have to, I'll just make another one. Piece of piss. Yeah, hides everything as it should, and the cat's hiding there as well. So winning on two fronts there. And finally, it was time for the handles, and of course, they were made out of bullet shells. Now I used a 6.5 by 55mm and a 243, as this just happened to be what my mate had lying around, and wouldn't you know, by just dumb luck, the necks actually fit inside each other perfectly snug. So I soldered them up and installed them. I think they really finished this up real nice, and I thought they turned out amazing. The little brass bit in the back just happens to be from the original drawers. They were chrome, but as I polished them up, they ended up rubbing off, and turned out it was like a brass colour underneath, and oh, perfect, made for it. Fate. And to finish it all off, here's a couple of shots of the finished product inside its new home. And a couple of shots of it with the old setup on top. Of course, this laptop is well overdue for replacement and will be replaced with a PC very soon. Hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching. Bye!